Started here tonight. I want to just welcome everybody to the meeting tonight. So if we could go ahead and please stand and join us for the opening prayer and the pledge of allegiance of the flag.
Heavenly Father, as always, we bring our words to you. We thank you for your love, your grace, your mercy, your provision, your keep. Father, as we head into this season of harvest, we pray for all of our farmers as well as that they have a bountiful harvest. We thank you for the recent rain, which helped that along the way. We just thank you for all that you do. We thank you for being there for us as your local elected officials, as well as our state and other local and national officials. May we make decisions that bring you praise. And again, we just thank you for this gathering here today. In Jesus' most precious and holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's agenda. We've had a chance to take a look at that. Council, is there any additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda tonight? Nope. Okay. Hearing none, the chair moves that the agenda be accepted as unanimous consent. Okay, next on the agenda is the minutes of August 26th. We've all had a chance to take a look at that. Any additions, deletions, or corrections to the minutes, Council?
Nope.
Okay, hearing none, the chair moves that the minutes be accepted as unanimous consent. Next is the disbursements of September 2nd and September 9th. We've all had a chance to take a look at that. Is there any additions, deletions, or corrections to the disbursements? No. Okay. Hearing none, the chair moves that the disbursements be accepted as unanimous consent. Okay. All right. First on the agenda tonight is a presentation of the United States flag by Congressman Andy Harris's office. You want to come on up? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Should I sit?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yep.
Well, Mr. President, distinguished members of the council, wanted to thank you for the honor of coming here to sit before you and to present this. Come on behalf of Congressman Andy Harris. The Congressman has given us a directive to really prioritize events and entities that celebrate, that commemorate the very serious and solemn observance of 9/11. It's something you do every year, I know. And I do have this to read here, but as I've been contemplating this, as I'm sure we all have, I just remembered back to right after 9/11 happened. And one of the things that I haven't thought about in a very long time, as I was looking at this flag, is do you remember that there were so many people flying flags after 9/11? And so as is engraved in your first responders memorial over there, may their service not be forgotten. You know, for those innocent victims, that their life, and we not forget that. And for those unbelievably brave, heroic responders that rushed in at no thought to their well-being, you know, we certainly salute them too. So I'd like to read this commendation that says, "This flag was flown at the request of Honorable Andy Harris, Member of Congress, to commend Talbot County on this 24th anniversary of September 11th. It's imperative to honor and remember the brave men and women that made the ultimate sacrifice to protect innocent lives on that fateful day. We thank the brave first responders for their continued service to Talbot County and Maryland's 1st Congressional District. And I thank you again for having me here to be able to present this to you."
Thank you. Okay.
Do you want to make a presentation?
Yeah, I tell you the truth, on something this very important, I think we all should go down there.
Amen.
That's all on us.
Take something up to them.
Okay. Okay. Next on the agenda is the Constitution Citizenship Week. Madam Secretary?
Proclamation, Constitution and Citizenship Week, September 17th through the 23rd, 2025. Whereas the Constitution of the United States of America, the guardian of our liberties, embodies the principles of limited government in a republic dedicated to the rule of law. And whereas September 17th, 2025 marks the 238th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia on September 17th, 1787, which set our country on a bold course toward forming a more perfect union. John Adams called the drafting of the Constitution, quote, the greatest single effort of national deliberation that the world has ever seen, end quote. And since its ratification, this exceptional document has remained the bedrock of the rule of law of our nation. And whereas the founders understood that a self-governing republic requires a free and empowered citizenry. Through a system of limited government and checks and balances, the Constitution limits the ability of the state to become an obstacle to human flourishing, while simultaneously enabling the state to serve order, protect rights, and provide public goods. And whereas the drafters of our Constitution were committed not to a king or a government, but to a belief in the promise of America as a free and prosperous society, and to fulfill that promise, they designed a government and constitution that could withstand the inevitable demagoguery, passions, and exigencies that would seek to unmake us as a people. And whereas, though the durability of our Constitution has been tested through crises and wars, it has endured, and it is fitting and proper to officially recognize this important document on its anniversary. And whereas Public Law 108-447 requires that every educational institution which receives federal funds to hold a program on the Constitution for students on September 17th. And whereas, since 1956, September 17th through September 23rd of each year has been proclaimed Constitution Week, encouraging all citizens of the United States to support and reaffirm the freedoms and liberties guaranteed by the Constitution. And whereas, since 2022, the Midshore Constitution Alliance has played a vital role in elevating the recognition of Constitution Week in Talbot County through a series of impactful events, including an annual lecture series that brings historical figures such as Thomas Jefferson, Frederick Douglass, and most recently, Tench and Matthew Tillman to life to educate the public on the creation of our founding documents. The introduction of the inaugural U.S. Constitution Scholastic Competition, which invites students from across the Midshore to test their constitutional knowledge, and an annual scholarship program that encourages students to reflect on the meaning and significance of the Constitution. Now therefore, we, the County Council of Talbot County, do hereby proclaim September 17th through September 23rd, 2025, Constitution and Citizenship Week in Talbot County, and urge citizens to study the Constitution and to reflect on the privilege of being an American, with all the rights and responsibilities which that privilege entails, and to protect the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties. Given under our hands in the Great Seal of Talbot County this 9th day of September in the year of our Lord, 2025.
Okay, good job, Madam Secretary. Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second to go ahead and put this into the record. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lusher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Haig? Aye.
Okay, well, welcome, guys.
Thank you very
Yes,
much, and
yeah.
and thanks for that very detailed reading of the proclamation, because you gave a lot of the detail that I was
Yeah.
going to go over. I don't have to do that again. I appreciate that. I would just like to start by saying, many of you know this is the 4th year that we've done this.
Could you introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm
please?
sorry.
Yeah.
Richard Holman and Michelle Ewing, we're both kind of the community organizers for it. And let me back up a little bit. The Constitution Alliance was formed by a group of us plus Washington College Center for Religion, Politics, and Culture, along with Frederick Douglass on the Hill Family Foundation as the initial organizers from year one. This fourth year, we're expanding a little further. The major theme from what you heard from the proclamation is we've got a lot more volunteers and a ton of community involvement. This year, we're making this kind of a preamble with the help of the county, a preamble to Talbot 250 event as well. Sarah over there has been a great help in helping us organize the county participation as well. As was read, we're expanding this to include not just the background and fundamental education of the Constitution and the rights and privileges associated with it and our focus on youth, but this year we're also adding more content on hidden history for Talbot County. So there will be a not quite fully disclosed Tench Tillman actor locally wearing a Tench Tillman uniform that was actually funded by the Constitution Alliance and the Talbot Historical Society. Also, we're able to bring in Thomas Jefferson from Williamsburg and the Frederick Douglass reenactor from Atlanta, and that's been enabled by an expansion of our partners and anchor clients, one big one of which is the Talbot County Educational Foundation. Also, the Historical Society now is also an anchor sponsor, and we continue the continued partnership with the Historical Society, who is also partnering with us, and the Sons of the American Revolution. And without taking too much more time, we're pretty excited. A lot of community involvement. I failed to mention also the Talbot County Economic and Tourism Development. The promotion that the county has done has helped a tremendous amount both last year and this year. We're looking forward to it. The public event at the Art Academy at 4:30 next Wednesday. We have several folks at Easton High School on the next day on the 18th, and the competition at the library on Saturday. Michelle.
Oh yeah, just to let you know, I think we have at least 200 students from Easton High School attending the presentation that will be given on the 17th at the Art Academy. And just wanted to reinforce the first Constitution competition at the Talbot Library. Participating schools include Easton High School, St. Michael's High School, North Carolina High School, Cambridge South Dorchester High School, Saints Peter and Paul's High School, and the Gunston School. And that will take place on September 20th. And I think that's all I have.
The only thing I would add to that, on the 20th, the winner will be awarded their prizes around 12:30 or so. So we'd certainly invite anyone from the county council or anybody in the room for that event. We're actually going to have a pendant constitution and allow the 4 team members of the winning school to actually sign the Constitution and put it up in their schools going forward. So
That's great. That's great. Okay, well, thank you, council. Yeah. Yeah.
I just thank you for doing this. You said this is the 4th year?
4th year.
Great, good. And hopefully it'll only get bigger and larger and you get more volunteers. So thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. Truly appreciate it.
As an American Studies major, graduate of Washington College, I'm thrilled with what you're doing. And I think it's so important that our students today have more information and knowledge about the basis of this country and the Constitution and the rights thereof, because we're one of the few, really one of the few countries in the world that has a system like we have and has this documentation. So thank you for your education piece. It's great.
I
Great.
appreciate that. And also your feedback last year, we failed to mention, but there will be another secret actor representing Mary Dixon Bartlett Cullen, and also Nanny McMelvin from Caroline County. There will be a women's suffrage part to the we'll call it an event. It's actually getting a bit more theatrical, which we like. So it'll be more of a theatrical content, if you will.
That's good.
Great.
Yep. Appreciate that there's probably no better time as the language of the resolution than to be learning about the system of checks and balances when they are being tested. Really appreciate the event last year and look forward to this year's.
I'll echo the thanks, and you know, on just for doing this, as well as the event last year. It was wonderful. Yeah, the fact that this keeps growing and this keeps going on is just, the more folks who are just educated about who we are, where we came from, the better we're going to be in the future. I also, just as a closing point here, I just want to recognize that it's amazing that Mr. Douglas and Mr. Jefferson, how well they look for their age when they were here last year in Talbot County. They were phenomenal. So looking forward to seeing them again.
Like I said, thanks so much for coming tonight and giving us. It's so important. So come on up.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have one more proclamation. It's National Preparedness Month. Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and read that into the record, please?
Proclamation, National Preparedness Month, September 2025. Whereas National Preparedness Month is a nationwide coordinated effort sponsored by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, each September to encourage Americans to prepare for emergencies in their homes, businesses, and schools. And whereas the 2025 theme, Preparedness Starts at Home, emphasizes that the most effective way to build stronger and more resilient communities begins with each household taking steps to be ready for disasters and emergencies. And whereas this event aims to increase public awareness concerning the importance of preparing for emergencies and to encourage individuals to take action, starting with simple, cost-effective measures in their own homes. And whereas during the month of September, the Talbot County Department of Emergency Services, DES, will urge residents to create family emergency plans, build or refresh emergency supply kits, and learn skills to protect their homes and loved ones in the event of natural or man-made emergencies. And whereas preparing and planning now, before a disaster, is the best way to improve community resiliency. And whereas throughout the year, the Talbot County Department of Emergency Services promotes emergency preparedness by maintaining preparedness information on the Talbot County website, by giving presentations throughout the community on the importance of preparedness, by providing printed information to groups, agencies, and citizens, by encouraging community-based training on how to be prepared and how to assist one's neighbors in emergencies, by connecting with residents and visitors electronically via social media, a smartphone app, and mass notification services, and by maintaining the Talbot County Emergency Operations Plan and Talbot County Community Resilience and Hazard Mitigation Plan. And whereas the County Council of Talbot County officially recognizes the Talbot County Department of Emergency Services and its community partners, including the Local Emergency Planning Committee, the Talbot County Department of Social Services, the Talbot County Health Department, Talbot County Public Schools, our volunteer fire departments, and law enforcement agencies, as well as the many other volunteer and civic organizations that routinely offer their invaluable services to our community. Now therefore we, the County Council of Talbot County, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as National Preparedness Month in Talbot County, and do commend this observance to all our citizens.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. Is there a motion?
So moved. And a second.
Okay, we got a motion second to go ahead and put that into the record. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Okay, welcome.
Good evening, Council. Brian LeCates, Director of Emergency Services. Here with me this evening is Madison Loker. She is our Emergency Management Coordinator, and Geneva Schaffel, our Emergency Management Division Chief, sends her regrets she couldn't be here. She had a prior engagement. So thank you for having us. So September is National Preparedness Month, so it's just a good opportunity for us to talk to our community about making sure they're prepared for whatever emergency it might be, whether it's flood, hurricane, fire, power outage. Oftentimes there's emergencies come without notice. So it's a good time to be prepared, start to think about what you would do in those situations, build a plan, build a kit, and talk to your family and community members. And resiliency is more than just that one family or one little group. It is more, it really is throughout the community and working with your neighbors and your own other folks that are around. So sometimes our elderly need a little assistance, so we always try to make sure that we include them in this conversation to make sure that they are well prepared for any emergency as well, with medications and oxygen and things of that nature. So
Good.
I'll turn it over to Madison. I think she has a few comments as well.
Hello, everyone. As Director LeCate stated, I'm Madison Loker, the Emergency Management Coordinator here in Talbot County, and I just want to echo the importance of what Director LeCate said and for our overall preparedness, not only for our own families, but our community as a whole. At Talbot DES, we've worked tirelessly throughout this year to promote a culture of preparedness throughout Talbot County through community outreach and our community emergency response teams. We want to encourage citizens to sign up for Talbot Alerts this month to stay informed of community alerts, emergency alerts, and critical information, especially through the peak of hurricane season. And we're just proud to support this proclamation and the preparedness and the overall climate throughout Talbot County. So thank you.
Thank you.
So this is a good reminder that September is our peak hurricane season for the Mid-Atlantic area. So everybody keep an eye out and stay tuned. But if anybody wants any information about preparedness or anything of that nature, they can reach our website at talbotdes.org. We also encourage people to go to ready.gov, which is a national site for some preparedness information, but also we have a community emergency response training and other trainings throughout the community, and if anybody's interested, they can just reach out to Talbot County Emergency Services, and we're happy to connect them in.
That's great. That's good. All right, Council.
So I'll echo two things. I mean, Madison, you brought up one. Brian, you brought up another. I mean, just so the CERT program, absolutely amazing that we offer something like that at no charge to our citizens. So anyone who's interested in learning more about just preparing in general, highly encourage that course. You guys do a phenomenal job putting that on. So thank you. And then the reverse 911, right? The emergency alerts. That should be a no-brainer for everyone. It's so good. It actually calls my phone here twice, which is pretty cool. But so I know if I get two back-to-back calls, something's going on. If I'm just hear it ringing from away. But highly encourage folks to take advantage of that. Again, that's a no-brainer. Free sign-up again, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, get that. Everyone get that. It's incredibly valuable.
Well, and building on that, it's not just what you and the members of your department do in carrying out your professional duties, but what you do to equip the citizens, and of course tonight to equip and inform and train us to ensure that we're going to be prepared as we can for the inevitable emergencies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pete stole my thunder a little bit. Really so indebted to you for what you all do for our county, and particularly how proactive you are in educating the county. It's just great. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
And just to echo Madison and Brian, thank you for coming in and your awareness to the citizens of Talbot County. But just one thing, if you could just share publicly while you're here, how do they sign up for the Talbot Alerts?
Go ahead.
So if you go to www.talbotalerts.com, it will give you a username and password. You sign up, create an account. It's completely free, and then you just put in your phone number, email, or any other ways you'd like to be contacted. And from there, you're in our system, and we can send you notifications whenever needed.
Thank you.
And that link is also on our website. So if you don't remember the alerts one, you can always go to our regular website, and it's linked in there.
Okay, thank you.
Madison and Brian, you do such a great job, and we're really blessed to have somebody like you guys. And not only you've got a team around you. And how many do we have in EMS right now?
So in EMS, we have 56 full-time folks, and
Yes.
then in 911, we have another 28 folks.
Yeah.
So just shy of 100 folks in emergency services altogether.
Right, and the public's got to understand this is 24/7 every day.
Yep.
So we really, really appreciate what you guys do, and not only that, your families. That's for sure, because I know what, me and Clay know what that's all about. It's, you have to have dedication, and you guys know what that's all about, and I really appreciate you keeping us safe and healthy, and knowing that we can call on you guys at any time or at any moment if there's an emergency. So we really do appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the support from council, because without
Yeah.
the support that we've received over the years, we wouldn't be where we're at. We wouldn't be able to do the things we can do for the community, so.
And the last thing I'm going to tell you is you got enough ambulances.
If we could just get them off the assembly line.
Exactly.
They owe us.
Okay, we got you something here.
Listen, as much as my mother-in-law come 911, we need those ambulances.
Yeah, go on in there. I see you sneaking in there. I see him sneaking.
You're one of our community
Yeah, I think he's earned it. He's earned it. Okay, good job.
Good job. Madison, good job.
Okay. We're really lucky to have them, that's for sure. Okay, so next on the agenda is an update from the Health Department. Dr. Fahmi, you want to come on up?
My name is Fahmi. I am the health officer of Talbot County. Appreciated the council, the president, and the members for allowing me to have this opportunity. Hopefully, this will be our 6 months routine to present to the council and to the county what is happening in the department. A lot of exciting things going through the department now, and I'm so lucky to have such a wonderful cooperation from the council, from the staff, from the community. It's really humbling. My presentation will be divided into 3 sections. It will be the good, the bad, and the ugly, like the movie. So I will start with the good stuff.
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
sorry?
Okay.
So I appreciate it, thank you. From the good aspect of it is that environmental health have done vaccination for rabies. And in the previous year, we could not even reach the 100. But the most recent clinic, we reached above 200. We reached 256, almost 300. And that is a whopping almost 300% increase from previously. We got vaccinations from out of county. And we're preparing, hopefully in October, to have I'm using this as a segue. We're going to have another one in October. It will be done through the health department itself. It will not be out of the department. And we're thrilled, and we're hoping to get more supply this time. Last time we ran out of vaccine because we didn't expect a 300% delta. Going from vaccinations to of rabies to humans, I'm thinking of the department as a gap closing. So we're vaccinating people who are unable to vaccinate through the regular channels, whether they're vaccinations through their primary care, which I will never ever compete against, but I'm here just to close whatever is falling through the cracks. And we managed from less than 1 year to give almost 1,000 doses of vaccinations. We're also very thrilled to be cooperating, to be participating and be part of the academia. We have routine visitors coming from Salisbury, from different levels of their colleges, on university I mean, from nursing students to epidemiologists and so forth. And we are, so far we're able to get one of those students to join our department to be employed by us. Most recently, less than 2 weeks ago, we had a memorandum of agreement between us and the University of Maryland, also to have their nursing nurse practitioner to go through our department, and this is very thrilling. We are now in talks with Johns Hopkins, hopefully to get some relationship with their educational facility as well. We did CPR training, AED, Narcan, and we did at least 28 outreach. Our CPR training is now going through the high school system. We're teaching the students and the coaches how to perform CPR. And we had a very, very successful uptake from the school system. School system have been very instrumental in allowing us to teach kids about Narcan, about vaping, about smoking. This is very exciting. This is something that I'm not used to have, and it's very thrilling. And the fact that the students and their coaches are ready to spend time to be learning about CPR from the start of the school before they start engaging into sports is very, very thrilling and very humbling. As you know, we pray never to happen, but it does happen. You hear it in the media that people are playing and they just drop. But if there is an AED, if there is a CPR, at least they have a chance, which might be a difference between life and death. We are continuing to have our sexually transmitted disease and family planning. We don't do obviously abortions, but we do other methods. And we are expanding. We are adding a new nurse practitioner to close the gap when our routine one is not available. So we'll not have any missing of services. This addition happened like 2 months ago. It was humbling last meeting by the council accepting our request to recognize the vision care, which is to me is I mentioned it during that time. It was a miracle in my opinion. I'm not going to dwell too much on it. It's already been taped, so I will skim through. In essence, we had some significant difficulties getting kids to have their glasses prescribed, even though we know that they have a visual deficit. And that had a lot of impact on their abilities to understand and to comprehend and to go and excel in their academia. And we had a leadership in our department, Ms. Megan Greenwood, who was instrumental in getting the right people to participate in getting those kids glasses on for free. Mm-hmm. To be exact, 29. We were struggling even to get 1/10 of that number, but that was a cooperation from the whole Talbot community. It was an exemplary incident of how people stand by each other and the resources and the selfishness of the people and the specialists in delivering something to those who are not heard. And it was really something I'm very proud of the department to have reached. And we also, among the good things is the MIH, and the council lady, Ms. Hayes, have spoken about MIH better than me. She had encounter with our MIH and her family, and that is very, very appreciated by her. With this program, we're able to service people who are unable to reach medical facilities or being discharged from medical facilities, and close the gap so they don't come back again to the emergency room or to be admitted by giving them services at their home. And if you look at the numbers, in last year we served 47. This year, not even half through, we already going to be surpassing. And usually winter is the time when we get more need for their services. Actually, other health departments are now looking into implementing the MIH as well. I think it's a good thing. And it was mentioned also when Senator, forgot her name. When the senator came and visited Talbot County, also broke. It was also one of the things I mentioned, and I think that was a good thing that we recognized it for her. So this is the makeup of how the MIH branch works. Cooperation between EMS and pharmacists and nursing staff, as well as outreach providers. They're all working in sync to close the gaps. And I think this is, on the long run, is much humane and much cost effective for the whole menu. Now we're flipping from the good, we're going to the bad. We're having the issue with the flu, and I'm anticipating that the flu, unfortunately, this season might be a little. I'm not following what I'm reading. I'm following my own gut feeling. My feeling is that it might be a little bit more heavier than usual, because it is now the third, fourth season after the COVID. What I know medically is that the vaccine carries a tail end, but after a while that tail end also fades, and we are not doing any more separation, distancing, social distancing, which I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying that we have to factor those things. So if it's a cold weather, we're all in the same location geographically and home, and we are not doing the usual stuff that we used to do during the COVID. There is a significant possibility that the flu can be noticeably, could be different. And actually, I'm going to show some slides that reflect that. So this is slides going, the dark line is a national, the golden is a state, which is Maryland, obviously, and the black one is the more of the regional, which is our location. And you could easily see that the spikes are higher than in 2022. When you go to 24, obviously 25 is not yet there. And this is all done by the water waste testing for the flu. Flu A and B. The A is usually at the start of the season, and the B usually at the end of the season. So when you start seeing more Bs, that's a good sign. And again, you could see that in general, it's trending higher. So I would strongly advise that if you can get the flu vaccination, it's not early, and we continue washing our hands and doing the usual respiratory etiquette for separation would be a smart thing to do. I'm going to flip now into the ugly. So now it's very difficult. It's becoming difficult for a resident in pediatrics to see chicken pox. Or I have not seen a tetanus for 50 plus years now. I have not seen diphtheria in my life. I have never seen smallpox. So even in the hospitals, the pediatric wards are not as used to be full and busy. And this is a very good sign. This is a very good thing. I think the latest person who had iron lung died about maybe a month ago. That was our last person. But if you look at the picture, lung babies was a norm. Chickenpox obviously can be much devastating than just scars. The meningitis, when it causes bleeding under the skin, it's usually intensive care, and it's usually not a good sign. It's pretty dismal. At one stage of our history, we had a president who started walking, and then during his presidency was not able to. And that was not an eyebrow raising. That was, he caught like a cold. He called like a stomach flu nowadays. So that was the norm. We don't have that now because of the vaccinations. I'm not trying to say I'm going to be against people who don't want to vaccination. This is not my intention. My intention is to give medical information. We don't see polio for a reason. There is no tablet. There is no injection against polio. So, and the same thing for smallpox. So about the measles in Maryland, I'm speaking about the measles because there was a fatality, and that was the thing that struck us. Our kids who are not vaccinated is not humongous, but I want to wake up the community and make sure that the vaccination is not because we don't see measles, we don't see smallpox, we don't see polio, it can go by the wayside. It's waiting outside of the door. We have to keep our guards up. We shouldn't give up. We shouldn't forget about those things. We had 3 cases, and I'm not going to read what's written, but I mean, it is something that could have been, in one kid it was not possible because that kid was below age, which means below the age of 12 months. But the other 2, unfortunately, there was a room for them to be vaccinated, but it didn't happen. In any vaccination, there is something called herd immunity. And the herd immunity, I will show you a graph, a table in a minute. It depends on the disease. Diseases that have a more significant ability to spread, they need more herd immunity. Those who are less spreading, just like if you remember in the good old days, there was something called plague, and not plague. Leprosy. Leprosy is not easy to spread, and this is this is the nature of the beast. But flu or the RSV, they have to, or for that matter, whooping cough, they have the ability to spread faster. So they need higher herd immunity. So in general, the herd immunity would prefer to be more in the mid-90s. And as the statistics, it shows you that we have a tendency to go down. The problem is there is like a tipping balance. There is the straw that breaks the camel back. It is. It's not like it's only 90. It's only 1 degree less. It could be the difference between having a strong population defense versus not. And this is speaking about the same. The numbers itself is looks minuscule, but especially in measles, because it is significant in ability to be transmitted. That the 95 is an important number for us to be be vigilant about keeping that number. So if you look at this number, this is what I was speaking about. The higher the number, the more likely that the disease needs to be high transmissibility. We have a significant issue of vaping among the kids in Talbot, and we're finding that girls are more likely to be vaping than boys. The statistics I'm showing is a conglomerate, some from the county that we did about 2 years ago, 2022, more like 3 years ago, when there was funding and we were able to do it through testing doing the questionnaire through the school system. And the other is from the data we got, whether from national or from MDH. So the national says that 5.9% of middle or high school students vape. Our numbers, unfortunately, for us is quite far from that. And this is my last slide. Our strategic is to be proactive. I'm trying to use the media to speak about the coming season. So we're going to be preaching about the vaccinations, and shortly we'll speak about water safety and allergies, and reminding people to use put the batteries for their fire alarm. And we'll continue to be asking for more partnership, and we're open to any suggestions. We're going to use our mass media to do surveys. Would appreciate if people can assist us, because it will be more able to zone in our resources and to be more value, to know where the gaps are.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Fahmi. Great presentation.
I appreciate the update,
Yep.
especially thank you for going after some of those things that are relative right here in our own county. Appreciate the attention to them. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Echo the thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is a great presentation. You've hit the ground running
Appreciate it. Thank you, Councilman.
with this. And is this on the website for the health department, this slideshow?
Not yet, but we can put it.
Okay, because I think that these facts, especially in light of the Senate hearing last week with RFK Jr., these facts are very important to the public to know.
Sure.
So I hope either you or maybe even the Star Democrat will run these detailed facts. And
Sure.
thank you for them.
Thank you, Council Lady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for your presentation. I truly enjoyed it. I'm not falling asleep. It was very interesting. It was great. But I truly appreciate the statistics about the MIH program, because that is a program that my family was introduced to and my mother-in-law uses. It's a great program for those that have certain diseases and ailments, especially seniors. And then the other I wanted to ask you was vaping. What percentage of Talbot County students, do you have that number, that are vaping in middle?
I do have it in the slide, but it's not the most recent one. We are already working on another more recent through Miss Mary Lou.
Okay.
So once I get that one, I will update you. But what I know from the preliminary, that yes, girls are having higher, but it's less than 10% to the best of my knowledge in the middle school, by the way.
Okay.
And the middle school is a problem because this is how you develop habits, ma'am. And your support for the image and for the department, ma'am, is heartily felt. Appreciating that, Council Lady.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And Dr. Fahmi, I just want to tell the public how pleased we are with you in the health department and the transparency that you are giving us. And, you know, we were in a meeting last week, me and you and Clay and your whole team. So it's really been great working with you.
Thank you, sir.
And you know, we as a council, a lot of people don't know that we're partners because we are the Board of Health. And we're partnerships with you. And it's really good to know that you can reach out to us and we can do vice versa and work on this, you know, anything that pops up. You know, we can be transparent to each other because you know how council is. We don't like surprises, you know. So it's really been great working with you, and we're very proud of you. Anytime that you need us for anything, please reach out to us. But your presentation was great, spot on, and you did a phenomenal job.
I appreciate it. I mean, it's an honor to work with this council. I don't want to jinx myself, but this council has been very, very instrumental in listening to the health department in a way that makes other health officers jealous of me.
Yeah.
I'm really humbled, and I'm so lucky. I'm counting the stars that I get to. If I wanted, I wouldn't get it as good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mr. Stamp?
Yes, I'd just like
Yep.
to agree with council. Dr. Fahmi, you've been wonderful.
Appreciate it.
The transparency is evident, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank
And
you.
council, I just want to remind that Dr. Fahmi will be coming to you later as the Board of Health to have a conversation around water quality in the Chesapeake and its tributaries. He is working on that, and he'll be discussing that issue with you as the Board of
Great,
Health.
that's great.
Sure.
So,
Thank you again. Appreciate
okay,
it.
thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Good job. Okay, next on the agenda, Madam Secretary, introduction and administrative resolution. Could you go ahead and read that into the record, please?
Administrative resolution amending the membership of the Senior Citizens Task Force to include 2 members of the public.
Okay,
You want me to read the entire?
I don't think you need to read the whole
Okay.
thing, no. Okay. Do we have names, or is that just, go ahead, Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah, so this amendment was requested by Councilmember Haith. As the council recall, on August 12th, the council adopted an administrative resolution that established a senior citizens task force and set forth the membership of the task force, consisting of various representatives of the public and private sectors. It did not provide for citizen representation, so what this amendment proposes to do is add 2 citizen representatives, both of whom would be residents of the county at least 65 years of age.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And that would give us 11 members instead of the 9
Okay.
that's currently
I got
constituted.
you. Great, great. Okay, any discussion or anything for council?
No,
Yeah,
just that,
okay.
you know, this came to my attention from a
Yep.
citizen of Talbot
Okay.
County, and
Good.
discussed it with Councilwoman Milky,
Yep.
and felt that it was good to make sure that we had citizen representation
Perfect.
on the senior task force.
Good. Any other discussion? Okay. Is there a motion?
So if this has been introduced by Councilmember Haith, you can,
It has not been.
it has
It has
not
not
been.
been.
so
It
you
has-
call
okay.
for introduction
Okay, all right.
by show of hands,
Show of hands.
introduced by council. And then
Okay.
you can call ask to call the roll, and you can
Okay.
vote on it.
We'll go ahead and call the roll. Madam Secretary?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Haig?
Aye.
Okay.
And council,
Yes.
now that that's passed, I just, in the way of for informing the public, those interested should fill out a request for appointment form found on the county's website. It's talbotcountymd.gov. And if you have questions relative to that, feel free to call the phone number for the office, which is 410-770-8010, 8010. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda, we have a few numbered resolutions. Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and start, please?
A resolution to amend the Talbot County Comprehensive Water and Sewer Plan to reclassify and remap certain real property located at 8356 LENNEP Lane, St. Michaels, Maryland, shown on tax map 32, grid 1 as parcel 186, lot 2, from S3 to S1, immediate priority status, pursuant to an application filed by Michelle Lewis.
Okay, so you want to?
I'll
Yep.
defer to, we have 4 comprehensive
Okay.
water and sewer plan amendments. I'll defer to Mr. Clark on
Okay.
those, but I'll be glad to answer the
Yep,
questions if needed.
Ray, you just want to sit up here while we go over these? That'd be great.
Council, we received an application to amend the comp water and sewer plan by, I guess, for this property owner, and it's ultimately looking to extend sewer down P-Neck Road, if I'm not mistaken, that ends up going to a parcel that's about 44 acres.
Okay. Any questions, any discussion on this one?
And so is a 44-acre lot, this is theoretically subdividable in the critical area, but this, we'd be awarding only a single EDU?
It'd be one EDU, and we still need to get information from the Environmental Health Office on this matter. So
And to expand beyond one EDU would require further council action?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is the lot presently improved?
It is. There is one house on the dwelling.
There's one what?
There is one house on the on the property.
Is it occupied by the owner?
I would have to verify that. But I would say it is. It has an improvement on the property.
Do you know whether it's occupied at all?
I would have to get that information for you.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? All right, so this be just for now, a show of hands?
To introduce?
Yep.
Introduced by Steph, Lester, Callahan, and Haith.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
You want me to,
the next one?
okay.
Yep.
Well, you want to announce the resolution number and the
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
hearing
Yep,
date?
Yep.
This
Yep.
will be known as resolution number 383. The public hearing will be held on Tuesday, October 14th at 5:30 PM.
Okay.
A resolution to amend the Talbot County Comprehensive Water and Sewer Plan to reclassify and remap certain real property located at 24823 Raised Point Road, St. Michaels, Maryland, shown on tax map 32, grid 15 as parcel 27, from unprogrammed to S1 immediate priority status pursuant to an application filed by Robert H. McWilliams, Jr.
Okay. Again, Council, this is an area that's actually was, I guess, previously identified as an S3 area, potentially sewer within a 3 to 10 year period. That was based upon the 2002 report of the review. The property owner here is ultimately has a, I guess, kind of like a horse rescue farm or area called Halo Haven Rescue. And ultimately, at this point in time, what they provided to us is that their current paddock for the horses, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Michelle Lewis is the one for the horse rescue.
Oh, is it, okay.
That
this-
was the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, is
that
it,
we
I'm
just
sorry,
did.
okay, I'm sorry, my
The one we
apologies.
just did.
Okay, so ultimately, I had the wrong information on this one, sorry.
You want my file?
What's that?
You want my file here?
No, I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong one. Well, again, I think from this resolution, I think this one's the 44 acres, if I'm not mistaken, is that correct?
According to
20.
20 acres, okay. Would help if I grabbed the right resolution, I apologize. Yes, okay.
Yep.
This one, I'm sorry, this is an application that's been made by Eric Bridges. So again, we also have to receive information from the Environmental Health Office. And again, I believe this is also an improved lot as well.
And at 20 acres, this one in the critical area is not subdividable?
That's correct. The max density is 1 per 20 acres here. To further clarify on the first resolution that you had a question about, Commissioner Lesher, or Councilmember Lesher, sorry. That one actually does not have any remaining development rights. That property, even though it is 44 acres in size, was subject to a revision plat back in 2003 that uptook a portion of a reservation of development rights of critical area acreage for Lot 1, which currently sits at about 4 acres in size. So even though it is 44 acres, it contains 16 acres of reservation of development rights to account for the density of that additional lot that was previously subdivided. So based on my research at this point in time, there has been no additional identified development rights allocated to this parcel. And additionally, for this one being at 20 acres, there's no additional development rights in the RC for it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions on this second one here? So, should I raise of hands to introduce?
Introduced by Callahan, Stepp, Lesher, and Haith.
This will be known as resolution number 384, and the public hearing will be held on Tuesday, October 14th at 5:30 p.m.
Okay. All right, next one, Madam Secretary.
A resolution to amend the Talbot County Comprehensive Water and Sewer Plan to reclassify and remap certain real property located at 27050 St. Michael's Road, Easton, Maryland, shown on tax map 33, grid 15 as parcel 49 from S1 MEBA to S1 Region 2 wastewater treatment plant, immediate priority status, pursuant to an application filed by Lee Brown on behalf of the trustees of MEBA training plan.
Okay. Council, again, we did receive an application from MEBA and Lee Brown as well. What I will note is that we had reached out to MDE as far as connecting this property to the Region 2 wastewater system. We found that ultimately they would be eligible for Bay Restoration funds for the extension of sewer from the Region 2 wastewater treatment plant. They currently have a 2-stage lagoon system that ultimately would qualify for being upgraded to an ENR facility. However, they prefer to basically be connected to the Region 2, and MDE is willing to work with us in trying to secure funding to assist with that. So this would be bringing them into the Region 2 wastewater system versus basically having a standalone wastewater treatment plant with spray irrigation.
Okay, great. Any discussion on this with the amoeba school? Okay.
By connecting them as opposed to the lagoon system with spray irrigation, this is presumably going to improve the treatment of that
Yes.
water, remove nitrogen and phosphorus before it's discharged into Miles River at the much higher standard that we have at the St. Michael's plant.
Yeah, it would basically be a very similar, it'd be less costly to have them connect to the Region 2 wastewater treatment plant versus to build a new ENR facility. So that's the other thing we're looking at as well. But if they went to ENR standards, they would actually be required to be at the standards that the Region 2 wastewater treatment plant is at today. What I say right now, the current system they have is a 2-stage stabilization lagoon system, which probably has a permit requirement of about 90 milligrams of BOD and maybe 30 milligrams of total suspended solids, and it's not capable of meeting nitrogen in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So a show of hands to introduce?
Yep. So raise hands. Yep.
Introduced by Callahan, Stepp, Lesher, and Haith.
Mm-hmm.
This will be known as resolution number 385, and the public hearing will be on Tuesday, October 14th at 5:30 p.m.
Okay. Okay. Last one.
A resolution to amend the Talbot County Comprehensive Water and Sewer Plan to reclassify and remap certain real property located at 26401 Royal Oak Road, Easton, Maryland, shown on tax map 41, grid 2 as parcel 57, from unprogrammed to S1, immediate priority status, pursuant to an application filed by Alexandra Olson.
Okay. Council, we did receive the application from the property owner. This property is actually 1.25 acres We also have the report from Accurate Environmental indicating that it is a failing septic system, and it is an improved lot with a single-family dwelling unit on it.
Okay. Any questions on this, council?
No.
And Mr. Clark, the Royal Oak Newcomb forest main runs basically right past the driveway of this property.
Yes, we can go right to them, yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, raise of hands.
This is introduced by council.
This will be known as Resolution Number 386. The public hearing will be held on Tuesday, October 14th at 5:30 p.m.
Okay, sounds good. Next on the agenda, Madam Secretary, would be introduction of legislation.
A bill to enact a new Chapter 35 of the Talbot County Code entitled Community Reinvestment and Repair Special Revenue Fund for the purposes of establishing a Community Reinvestment and Repair Fund to receive monies received from the State Cannabis Community Reinvestment and Repair Fund established pursuant to Section 13A03 of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article of the Annotated Code of Maryland, and establishing a Talbot County Reinvestment and Repair Commission to administer the same.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. Mr. Thomas, you want to give us just a few minutes of what this is about?
Sure. So as the title states, Section 1-3A-03 of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article establishes a Community Repair and Reinvestment Fund. This fund consists of sales and use tax revenue from the sale of cannabis, conversion fees for the medical licenses that were converted to adult use, licenses and money from other sources such as donations. A percentage of these funds are just distributed to each county, and then the counties are required to pass a law establishing the purposes for which those funds will be used. Just for an example, right now the county currently has about $731,000 in the CRF revenue that's received. The statute requires that these funds be used for funding community-based initiatives that are intended to benefit low-income communities or serve disproportionately impacted areas as state law defines. It can also be used for the administrative expenses the county incurs in administering the fund. They can't be used for law enforcement purposes, but some examples for which they can be used for are education and after-school programs, behavioral health crisis response, and housing and homelessness prevention initiatives. So this bill implements the county's plan to receive and use that funding. By law, that plan has to be in place before the county can actually use the money that it currently has and the additional money it will receive. This bill authorizes the use of the funds for all of the purposes permitted under state law and would establish a commission to administer the funds. The membership would consist of the current membership of the Talbot Family Network, and that commission would be responsible for developing and administering a grant application process so that interested parties could apply for it and receive the funding to use for the purposes stated in the bill.
Sure. Okay, it sounds great. Any other discussion from council? Is that pretty clear to everybody? Okay. So at this stage, a show of hands to introduce it.
Introduced by council.
Okay.
This will be known as Bill Number 1620, and the public hearing will be held on Tuesday, October 14th at 5:30 p.m.
Okay, that's great. Okay. Next on the agenda, we got some, Resolution 378, and it's eligible for vote.
Resolution Number 378, a resolution to amend the Talbot County Comprehensive Water and Sewer Plan to reclassify and remap real property located on Kemp Road, Easton, Maryland, shown on tax map 24 as parcel 41 from unprogrammed to S1 immediate priority status pursuant to an application filed by Back 9 LLC.
Okay.
So I have an amendment to offer with this. When this was reviewed by the Public Works Advisory Board as you'll see in the memo in the council packet, members of the board identified a deficiency here where the map in the resolution clearly shows that only a portion of the property, about 16 acres and change, is going to be subject to the change in the sewer tier map. There's no language in the resolution itself, and it's of course the language of the resolution that has the force of law here. And so I've, in response to that finding by the Public Works Advisory Board, I'm offering an amendment to add that language. So I'll offer to introduce that amendment.
Okay.
So just to clarify, as Mr. Lesher said, the resolution states that it's reclassifying and remapping the entire property. It's actually, the entire property is about 40 plus acres. This is only reclassifying, it's 43 acres, it's only reclassifying about 16 acres. So that's, the amendment just clarifies that, which is shown on the maps attached as the Exhibit A.
And help me understand why we're breaking it down like that.
I believe that this is the way the request was preferred in the application.
Yeah, and I can maybe help out. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Part of this is when they made the request, they actually were looking outside the critical areas.
Okay.
So the critical area boundary, as they showed it, they left all the land that was inside the critical areas out of the sewer service area request. So it kind of has this unique scenario, but it's roughly 16.993 acres that are
I
part
see.
of the S1 area.
Okay.
And that's the reason of the, the smaller
And this would be
section.
one EDU.
It's one EDU, that is correct, yes.
Okay. Okay, and this, is this just a lot now, nothing's on it?
There's nothing on this parcel at this point in time. This property owner basically worked with the county, the sanitary district, in
Okay.
providing land along Kemp Road to get to about another 5 to 6 properties that are along the water. So that was one of the things, when they worked with us, we said we'd help support them in an application to a comp farm sewer plan application.
So are you saying that, bear with me, farther down Kemp Road, they have
Yes,
county sewer there?
We've extended sewer to, I believe it is, I think it's 5 lots. That we
Down
had,
farther?
Down Kemp Road. That's
Yeah,
down Kemp Road, yes, sir.
Past what they're asking?
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Exactly. So they
Okay.
provided us with that easement so we could get sewer down to those lots.
I got you,
So-
I got you, okay.
Now, is this being requested for the 40 acres?
No, the
Just-
This is
16,
actually
the
just-
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
mhm.
total,
Yeah.
the total acreage is
confused.
45, I think,
Yeah.
acres. They're
Right.
only requesting 16 acres
Yeah.
and 1 EDU for
Mhm.
those 16.
Yeah, that seems fair. Yep, okay. Okay, is this, okay, so this is eligible for vote?
We need to vote on the
Or-
amendment first.
Do what?
We know
Oh,
to
that's
address
right,
the
I'm sorry,
amendment first.
I'm sorry, yeah, okay.
So we need to, I think the amendment needs to be introduced and then voted upon, and then.
Do you want a show of hands for
Yes.
introduction of the amendment?
Exactly.
Amendments introduced by council.
Mhm.
And you can
We'll
call the vote on the amendment.
Yep. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Nay.
Ms. Hayes?
Okay. Now we're,
Now we need to vote on the resolution as amended.
okay.
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Nay.
Ms. Hayes?
Okay, sounds good. All right, then. Good, thank you, guys, appreciate it. Okay. All right, we got clay stuff next. We're rolling
Okay.
here, we're rolling.
Thank you, council. Under county manager report this evening, I have several items, board and committee appointments. The first would be a recommendation, council approve the appointment of Mr. Brian Morano to serve on the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee.
Motion to approve the request?
Second.
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
And the next, council, we're asking your approval for the reappointment of Dr. Kristen Lysett to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board.
Motion to approve the reappointment?
Second.
Okay, the motion second, Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lusher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Thank you, council. The next is we're asking council's approval for the reappointment of Mr. Brian Nerano to serve as the St. Michael's representative to the Police Accountability Board. And just to clarify, this is Mr. Nerano has been recommended by the town of St. Michael's for this reappointment.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Abstain?
Mr. Lusher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
And finally, council asking your consideration for the reappointment of Mr. Jeff Schneider, representing Hotel and Motel, being the Hotel Motel representative to the Tourism Board.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lusher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Thank you, council. That takes care of the board and committee appointments. Ask Ray Clark to come up again. Ray is here to request recommendation award engineering proposal for the design, instructional, and mechanical repairs for the Bellevue Ferry Landing Bridge improvements under bid 2208. He will give you the details, and I'll add anything as necessary. Ray?
Sure thing. Again, council, this is for the Bellevue Ferry Landing. It's bridge maintenance. Typically, every 2 years, we have funds through the federal aid program do inspections of all our bridges. We had miscellaneous work that was done on all of our other bridges. However, the Bellevue Bridge does need some maintenance. It was actually designed by Wallace Montgomery about 20 years ago. And so this is basically to do some improvements to the timber deck and the timber structure of the bridge, as well as mechanical for the I guess, loading ramp for the vehicles onto the ferry. Unfortunately, though, it looks as if we don't have enough money at this point in time to cover all the expenses, both the structural as well as the mechanical components. So we're going to work with Wallace Montgomery and their mechanical subcontractor to determine what the cost will be between the two items, and then we'll work to bid out the one item that we can get done within the budget, and then we'll work to bid out the remaining portion of that under the next fiscal year.
Okay.
So Ray, I'm just reviewing the document here. I'm showing Public Works has requested council approval for 2 engineering proposals received by Wallace Montgomery in the total of $205,536 for the Bellevue Ferry Landing improvements. Sufficient funds in the budget for FY26.
That is correct. Yeah,
Okay.
I think the council has appropriated $750,000 under bill. I think we had it here 1665. So we do have sufficient funds there to cover that cost.
Okay. Any
No questions?
questions on that?
I'll move approval.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lusher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ray.
Council, I'd like to call up your Parks and Recreation Director, Emily Gilmer. Emily has been in this role now how long?
What was that? I'm sorry.
How long have you been in the role as director now?
Just a little bit over a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she hit the ground running. She's doing a great job, and I thought it would be great for her to come in and make this ask of you as it refers to planning. And so I'm going to just hand it off to her and ask you to entertain her request.
So we have the.
You want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm
That's okay.
Emily Gomer, Director of Parks and Recreation. I have a couple of notes here that I'm going to probably read off a little bit. But so we have the LPPRP coming up, which stands for the Land Preservation Parks and Recreation Plan. It is a statewide planning document required every 5 years. So the next one is to be submitted in 2027. It is to keep Maryland eligible for federal land and water conservation fund dollars, and it guides land conservation, park development, and recreational planning across the state and at the local level in order to preserve natural resources, provide recreational access, and promote equity. The plan pretty much guides outdoor recreation and conservation goals, And each county submits its own plan to reflect community needs, and it justifies and prioritizes open space and recreation projects. Goals like improving access, preserving resources, and supporting underserved areas. It also aligns with Talbot County's comprehensive plan, which is currently being updated for 2026. Ultimately, the LPPRP serves as a roadmap for smart land use, recreation, and preservation, ensuring access to funding and guiding future development in line with the state goals. And so we use this as kind of a roadmap to guide us with what we need to develop, make sure that there's playgrounds accessible for everybody, make sure there's waterways, and just really preserving that land for recreational purposes. We are requesting to piggyback off of Caroline County's contract with Shore Strategies. We used Shore Strategies in 2022 for the last LPPRP. It was a smooth process, and we would like to use them again.
And council, that would be in the amount of $39,950, and there are sufficient funds budgeted in FY26 budget. And will be fully reimbursable through the program, open space program.
Yes.
Okay, great. Any questions from council? Any discussion?
No questions.
Okay.
Motion to approve the request.
And a second?
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Okay, good job.
Thank you very
Emily,
much.
thank you for
Have a good
everything. And council, finally, I have a request for council's consideration for proposals for state lobbying and legislative representation services. The council received 6 bids in response to bid 25-12. Following review of all bids and interviews with the top 2 firms, the recommendation is to award bid number 2512 to Providence Strategies in the amount of $48,000. There are sufficient funds in the FY26 budget.
Okay,
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Thank you, council. And finally, as an announcement, just want to invite the public to attend the September 11th commemorative ceremony to be held on Thursday, September 11th at 8:30 a.m. at the intersection of West and Dover Streets in Easton, Maryland. And that concludes your county manager report for this week, and I thank you for your continued support.
Okay,
Good job.
good job. Okay.
Nobody signed up this evening.
Nobody signed up, okay. My main man, come on up.
Never know whether you're pointing at me or someone behind me. My name is Phil Riggin. I have 29736 Sullivan Drive in Easton is where I live. An occasional landmark occurs periodically, and one of them, nothing of any real significance except that it is mine. This is my 1-year anniversary of attending these meetings.
Good.
And it's been fun, been very interesting. I wanted to thank you, and I spent a lot of time thanking you for lots of different things, but I want to thank you for your recognition of Constitution and Citizenship Week. I think we have a lot of young people who are sorely lacking in terms of their understanding of the Constitution and how it should and does impact us on a pretty much a daily basis. In any case, again, congratulations for recognizing that. I have a couple reactions to some things you did here tonight. First of all, you have decided to employ a lobbyist on your behalf, which I think is a good idea. As somebody who spent 30 years lobbying for various causes, I can appreciate the value of that. And not all lobbyists are bad guys. There are a lot of good lobbyists. and I counted myself among them. I do think that, I mean, I know that you're represented generally by organizations like MACO, right? But that's a generic kind of representation. It doesn't necessarily represent you as much as it is all the counties in Maryland. And it's worthwhile, but to have somebody representing you or a company representing you is important, because there are some issues that are unique to this county where additional representation is extremely important. One of the things I think of is the airport. I know it's been an on again, off again circumstance. I don't know to what extent you're being impacted by some cuts that have been made in recent months, but I do know that to the extent that you can enlist and maintain the support of a Maryland Aviation Administration on your behalf, it's a good thing. And to the extent that a firm representing you could perhaps offer that service, it's really a good thing. And there are some people at the federal level, legislators, who need to be aware of your situation, and I assume they are, but we have a very senior member of the Senate Appropriations Committee who is a Maryland federal legislator. So, one reaction. I do appreciate your, and I've said this several times, your continued support, your continued interest in bringing properties online for public water and sewer. Now, I've noticed, not because I do a survey or anything, but I've noticed a bunch of the people a bunch of the property owners who want those public connections are on the west side of the county. The west side of the county is where we have, as I've mentioned a few times before, more access to waterfront and therefore more opportunities to protect the bay, and I think that's critically important. And to the extent that these things do that, and I think they do, it's very important. I'm a resident of Easton Club East, and our community is pretty focused on issues here in the county and in the town of Easton. Tomorrow night we have another event at our community clubhouse with presentations to be made by the town planning department and the town economic development department. I expect that, I realize again these are not county people, but they are issues that are not unique to either the county or the town. And one of them is an update of the comprehensive plan. The town's comprehensive plan has been circulating around. I'm not sure where it stands in the legislative process, but I can assure you that it's gotten the attention of some people in Easton Club East, and so there will be a lot of questions being submitted and asked personally to those two representatives of the town management. I probably have exceeded my 3 minutes, and I thank you for that opportunity yet again.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. I think we're going to end up with council comments. Oh, come on up. Okay.
I never signed up.
Hello guys, my name is Sarah Kilman. I'm the Public Information Officer for Talbot County. So in my role, I do a lot to inform the public about things that we have upcoming. That can be social media, press releases, website updates, all the things. One of the things that we launched at the beginning of the year at your request is an online newsletter system where we can send emails to the public. So I did want to call out that at this point we have over 1,000 individuals signed up to receive emails. And I did want to mention that if you are interested in signing up for our various newsletters, we have County Connections, where we cover the top 5 things that you need to know in the county, as well as events. We also have the Ready Report, which was brought up earlier today for Preparedness Month. Every month you receive a newsletter about a different topic. We also have two from Parks and Rec. We have one called On the Ice, which is specific to ice programming at our very unique ice rink at the community center, as well as Recreation Roundup, which is a quarterly newsletter that you'll get about different items and registration at Parks and Rec. We also, of course, have the Talbot 250 newsletter, which is a short-term newsletter for the next year or so, but every month we cover a theme related to history or civics. And finally, you can also sign up to receive press releases as well as council highlights. So if you want to get every single thing I send out, you can sign up for that list. So I did want to say, to access all of these newsletters, you can go on our website. You'll actually receive a pop-up that says sign up with the newsletter. The other option would be to scroll down to the bottom of our website, and there is a button that says stay connected, and it says subscribe to newsletter. If you click that, you can sign up for the county connections as well as the other newsletters that I have mentioned.
Okay, I think it's great.
Thank you.
Good job, Sarah.
Good job.
And as a recipient, of course, of all of these communications, I can attest to the public that you will not be overwhelmed with these emails, but you will be better informed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's the goal.
Okay. Council comments.
Council comments.
Yeah, you got it.
Maybe let's, I'll choose to end it with pretty much how we started. We were presented with the flag flown over the Capitol. Just thoughts and prayers will go out to our country here, especially on Thursday, and with a special prayer going out to those who lost friends or loved ones on that tragic day 24 years ago.
Yep.
I simply want to announce that I will not be present for the September 23rd meeting. I am headed off for a professional conference. I will be on the road that day. I will participate by phone if the technology allows, and I will leave sealed votes for whatever's on the agenda, and I don't recall that we have any particular items at this point, so just wanted to make that announcement.
Okay.
You'll be missed. But thanks for your call in. I have nothing further.
Okay.
Just to echo what Dave said, as we embark upon 9/11 this week and the lives that was lost during that time, I think all of us probably can remember where we were when it happened. And I was actually just starting my first job when that happened. So I'll never forget that, and we don't want to forget the lives that was lost on that day as well. That's all I have.
Yep. Okay, and I'll just, just sum up what council's saying. We've got 5 people up here that are very passionate about Talbot County. We've got 5 great council people, that's for sure. And we've got a great community we're living in. And as you can see, these meetings, we do great things together. I really do. We've got the health department, gentlemen, Dr. Fahmi, I really appreciate you being in here tonight and really letting the public know that we're looking out for their safety, their health, and there's just so many moving parts with this council, and I think we do a really good job. I really do. We look out for everybody, and like we were saying, Thursday is a special day for a lot of us, and it's a celebration and a sadness, and we have to always remember that day and those people that gave their lives up, and the firefighters, the EMS, just thousands and thousands of people that it took to get us through that. And there's a lot of young people. It's 24 years, so it's a lot of young people that don't quite understand that day. And it is definitely a special day for all of us where we were, and to support the families and the thousands of people that were there. So I do commend what we do and celebrate this every year. And I appreciate you helping out with that, Mr. Lesher and Dave. We're all going to be there. So it's really an honor to be there and represent all that stuff. So, but other than that, I want to tell everybody we've had a great summer. We're getting into some good weather now. So I appreciate everything that staff does for us, and really appreciate all the help you give us up here and make us look good, that's for sure. Okay?
The County Council's next meeting will be held on Tuesday, September 23rd, beginning at 5 o'clock p.m. The Council will be convening an open session at 2:30 p.m. for our annual meeting with the President of the Maryland Association of Counties Board of Directors and Executive Director of MACO, which is open to the public, and then adjourning to closed session as listed on the statement for closing that meeting. On Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, the County Council will be meeting with representatives of the Maryland Department of Transportation for the annual Consolidated Transportation Plan meeting. That meeting will be held at 3 o'clock p.m. in the Y Oak Room at the Talbot County Community Center and is open to the public. Therefore, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting and reconvene as noted?
Motion to adjourn.
And a second.
Okay, Madam Secretary, we got a motion second. Could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for being here tonight.